What's up, kinfolk? Welcome to the #1 college football show. I am your host, RJ Young. Thank you for watching on the YouTubes on this very special Monday night, and a happy Veterans Day to all of you who have helped us and served. My parents, especially. My mother, retired captain in the Air Force. My father, a retired sergeant in the Air Force. And that's how I was raised, and it was always going to be this way. So when I tell y'all that I got it the hard way coming up, that's what I mean. I got it the hard way coming up, but my parents are the reason that I am here, and I'm grateful to acknowledge them on this day of days. Off the rip, I want to talk about headline here, right? Coach Prime's Colorado and how realistic a path to the college football playoff national championship this is likely to be for them. All right, so I realize that the headline is provocative, but that is the point of a talk show. It is to give us something to think about, and then let's beat the idea up. As we say at work, let's punch it, right? Let's beat it up. Let's make sure that it goes, and if it does go, let's find out what it would take for it to go. And I got it real simple here, man. I got it real simple. They win the next 7 games, and we're talking about the national championship being in Boulder, Colorado. It's that simple. You beat Utah this Saturday. You beat Kansas the next Saturday. You beat Oklahoma State. There's a path that's already been cleared for you by Iowa State to the Big 12 championship. BYU is undefeated, but they feel like they're on borrowed time, and it feels like the Big 12 has never been more gettable for the 7-2 Colorado Buffaloes than it is right now. And frankly, I don't know that they're going to be as talented next year as they are right now because of the guy playing quarterback and the guy playing both ways at wide receiver and cornerback. That would be Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. You win those games, you get in the college football playoff, and you're probably going to get there as, at worst, a 4 seed, as one of the 4 highest ranked champions in the sport. Okay? I don't see a Boise State unseating you here. I think it would either be you ahead of the ACC champ, SMU or Miami right now, or at the 4 spot. Either way, then you get a bye, which I would argue is more important for Colorado than it is for any other program in the sport, because they got the only guy in the sport who is going to play more than 1,000 snaps this season and could use the extra rest. We don't talk enough about how great his conditioning is, but Travis Hunter is one of one. And I am excited to see what he's capable of, and I would really love to see him play against the best that the sport has to offer. He would get to do that. They win the Big 12 championship. They would make the college football playoff. And then as the 4 seed, you would immediately be going up, as Matt Campbell once put it, the rough side of the mountain. Okay? I contend that the 5 seed is the softest place to be in the college football playoff because you get 12 seed, which is the de facto August game against a team that you should probably beat by a couple of touchdowns. And then you would get the weakest of the Power 4 champions, but you would eventually get to the 1 seed if you make it to the semifinal, but that would only be after the 1 seed had already played the 8-9, so that week off does not help them. As the 4 seed, Colorado would get that 5 seed. And right now, the 5 seed feels like Ohio State. Colorado gets past Ohio State. I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of people that are going to say that they wouldn't be able to give Oregon or whomever's there the what for and the how now, to say nothing of what the SEC is doing to itself. And we can't trust anybody in the ACC. So it's wide open. It really is. I'm going to outline this a little bit later when we do college football playoff projections. The road's there, right? Take care of what you can take care of. And for you, it's simple. All you got to do is win, baby. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to worry about whether or not they're going to let you into the playoff. You got a road there. You got to worry about whether or not they're going to try to box you out of the playoff. You got a road there. Win 10 games, win the Big 12 championship, take it out of everybody else's hands and say scoreboard. Just point over there and say scoreboard, like Major League back to the minors. Scoreboard, scoreboard. That's all you got to do. In the process of doing that, though, you would have to go through what we think is the class of the sport. The cool thing about the class of sport right now is it feels like everybody can get got. Texas can get got. Alabama can get got. Georgia certainly can get got twice. Ohio State can get got. Oregon felt like they should have gotten got, but they're undefeated, and we're going to treat them that way. So right now, do you think Colorado could beat Ohio State or Oregon? No, is the answer to that question. But it ain't about what I think. It ain't about what you think. It's about what the boys do on the football field, and that's what I love most about this sport, man. When we get down to it and we absolutely start asking questions, it's can you block and tackle? And we know almost immediately who's going to do what, right? If Nebraska can play themselves into a one-score game against Ohio State, you know damn well that Colorado can do the same. If Ohio State can do everything in their power to lose that game to Oregon, you know that they could probably get to Oregon. If Ole Miss can beat Georgia, if Vanderbilt can beat Alabama, I see no reason why just one time, like my little Giants, one time, Colorado can go do this thing. What I find to be more fascinating about this is Coach Prime in the postseason. Because as cool as it has been for Prime to be head coach at Colorado, be head coach at Jackson State, and his journey from calling plays in high school for Shedeur to watching that man start 46 games in college alone, has been wild. It's been a lot of fun. They go from being aight in that COVID year to being pretty good the next year to being outstanding the following. They go 4-8 last year. They're already way ahead of schedule. But if you were paying attention, you also know that it's been some time since Prime won a bowl game. Matter of fact, you got to take it all the way back to the Super Bowl for the last time that Prime won a bowl game. He has not won a bowl game as a head coach ever. He's got to the Celebration Bowl, Black College Football National Championship. Every year that he coached at Jackson State, save one. Okay, and they didn't play it that year, right? Or that season. They played it that year. They didn't play it that season. They also got beat by South Carolina State that was just happy to be there. Okay? It's the postseason where I want to see what Prime is going to do. And one of the things that I have really been focused on is demeanor on the sideline and presence in the post game and in the lead up to the game itself. We're talking about teleconferences. We're talking about media days. We're talking about availability. We're talking about your weekly presser. Prime is elite at those things. He is elite talking about his program and their competition in the lead up to the game. He's elite during the game when they go to the in-game interviews. He's always pretty good on that. Always got something new to say. He's always going to give you something to think about. In the post-game, he's always got something new to throw at you. Pun intended when we talk about tortillas and Texas Tech. He's going to throwing everything at me but my mama. We know this. What I want to know is what your demeanor is going to be like in the postseason. If it doesn't change, it doesn't change. Maybe it needs to change based on previous results. Maybe you want to just say that this is a new team. Maybe you could say that this is the most talented team that he's had, which I don't think is saying that much, but it's true. And how much do you trust Pat Shermer? How much do you trust Robert Livingston to raise their game in the playoffs? He has said, I love NFL guys. Well, both of those NFL guys expect to be great in the playoffs, and that's where your money is made in the NFL. Getting to the playoffs is one thing. Winning in the playoffs is another. And as college football has come to resemble the NFL's postseason, you're going to need much more maturity and understanding of what you can and can't do based on the level of competition you're going to face, and that one game ends your season. Also, every game you win, man, every game you win adds even more to what you're going to be about and what we're going to think about you. Presently, you got to beat Utah. You get Utah in a rivalry game at Folsom. That's huge, right? I expect the stands to be full for big noon, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, noon Eastern Time. I expect that Utah is going to try to beat you like they damn near beat BYU. Like, you already know Utah's athletic director caught a $40,000 fine because he opened his mouth and decided to say the officials were cheating him out of the ball game. Okay. You know that Utah and Kyle Whittingham ain't feeling good about this season. As a matter of fact, this season is topsy-turvy. It is upside down. 3 teams I thought would be at the top of the standings, Oklahoma State, Utah, and Kansas, are all booty. They all cheeks. They're all bad, right? BYU, undefeated at the top. Iowa State still in this thing. Kansas State still in this thing. Colorado, obviously, right there at number 2, ready to leap into that Big 12 championship game. But Utah can do a lot to knock you out of this. How would they do this? Well, they are outstanding running the football with Mekhi Bernard. So your run game, your run defense is going to have to be on another level. You're going to have to force them to throw the football. They don't want to throw the football at Utah. They're now in the 3rd string quarterback, giving that dude starts. You know, they don't want to do that. They want to hand the ball to Mekhi Bernard, and they want to watch him do to you what he did to Oklahoma State, right? Where he can go for a $190 if you let him, and you're going to get tested that way. Shiloh Sanders going to have to come downhill and hit somebody. Cameron Stillman-Craig going to have to come downhill and hit somebody. DJ McKinney, Preston Hodge, they're going to have to make these plays in the run game and force these 3rd and longs. Offensively, They are pretty damn good in the secondary. Morgan Scalley's defense is still operating at a level that I think gets missed because the offense is so bad passing and the defense has had to be on the field more. But they're going to try to body up Travis Hunter. They're going to try to rough him up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to force the ball to someone else, which if you're Colorado, fine. Force the ball to Jimmy Horn. See how that works out for you. Force the ball to LaJohntay Wester. See how that worked out for you. Force the ball to Will Shepard. See how that works out for you. We got guys on the perimeter that can beat you. Okay, take that away. Put 8 in the box if you want to, but you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to drop back. You're going to run a lot of coverage. You're probably going to run a lot of quarters. And you're going to ask your linebackers to play sound football in the middle because you're going to give them a light box. You're going to give Colorado a light box, and you're going to ask them to run the football. You're going to bait them into running football because you know that's not what they want to do. It is not an elite running football team. It has more in common with Texas Tech's Mike Leach than it does with Texas Tech today. Shedeur Sanders probably going to throw the ball about 40 times, probably go for about 3 bills. Flip side, you might run the ball for 50 yards, right? I think you can beat Utah throwing the football all over the yard, even when they drop coverage, even when you got 5. Because I think Shedeur's going to run around there, and he's going to find somebody open, and he's going to be accurate when he releases the football. What I don't think you can allow is to get beat up front. Now, on the left side, they have leveled up quite a bit. Like Jordan Seaton is going to be a freshman All-American, and he's got an outside chance to finish this season as a second, third team All-American. He has given up absolutely 0 sacks in the last 130 snaps across 3 games. You're just not been able to beat him on that left side, which is great. That's outstanding. He is living up to the billing. Phil Lodeholt doing an outstanding job at Colorado. If Prime ain't careful, Brent Venables might need to go get him and replace Bill Beatonbow. We'll talk about Oklahoma here in a little bit because I got a radical fix for this that I'll tell you right now, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it, but it would work. I think if you get something out of your run game at Colorado, is found money. You gotta treat that like money you found on the street, dog. You gotta figure, oh my God, somebody left a Benjamin on the street for me. It's my birthday, and it ain't even my birthday. You know, you're gonna have to get a vintage game out of Travis Hunter, vintage game out of Shedeur Sanders, and you're going to have to create turnovers. Like that's the other thing that has been really outstanding about this Colorado football team. The defense is good. The defense is good. The defense was cheeks last year. Booty, bad, awful, terrible. Giving up 35 a game, and it wasn't nothing to put 40 up on them. Against Texas Tech, not only did they fight back after going down 13-0, they got 3 takeaways. They had 1 forced fumble return for a touchdown to seal this thing to get to 40+. And they got 10 tackles for loss, and they got 7 sacks. Like, that's a defense flying around. There's no getting around that. That's outstanding. It's pretty damn good football by them. There's a road here. There is a road for Colorado to win the national championship, and it's not really that long. We're talking about half a season now. That's where we're at. 7 games, a little more than half a season. So it's real simple. Colorado fans, talking to you. Today is a new day for you. He has cleared a path for you. All you have to do is be brave. Be brave enough to walk it by faith and not by sight. You win the next 7 games, just 7, and that's it. You will have seen the thing done. You have breathed the air that only a few get to breathe. You will have climbed the mountaintop. So whatever Haiti you got to summon, if it's me, put me on a dartboard somewhere. I don't care. Whatever fury you got to find. Whatever chip you got to mount on your shoulder. Whatever mustard seed faith you have to follow, you find it, and you find it right now. You're so close, man. You're so close. 7 games. Win 7. Go 7-0. And you get the trophy. You get the national championship, dog. Like, that thing behind me, right? That plaque right there, that's my national championship. And there wasn't a whole lot that I was unwilling to do it. And it took 7 years to get there. You might do this in year 2. So no, I don't believe that it is unrealistic. I don't believe it's unrealistic because I'm here right now. That's why. Because 7 years ago, I'm in an efficiency apartment, and I'm doing this show in front of my bed that's 2 feet away, My bathroom sink was 3 feet to my left. The shower was 2 feet behind it. I cooked my meals 4 feet the other way, dog. I was doing this on an iPhone. I was cutting this up in iMovie. And I had help. My God, I had help. I had help. I have people that love me, that loved Oklahoma, that saw in me what I didn't yet see in myself. And I was asked by people I've come to love and respect, hey, dog, if you can just run, if you can just sprint down this hallway that we know is dark, we're telling you, the lights are going to turn on. The lights are going to turn on, and you're going to get to where you're supposed to be going. That can be your story, Colorado. And my goodness, I want to tell it. I want to tell it. So I don't give a damn about none of this hater stuff. I don't give a damn about this bandwagon crap. Say what you got to say. Do what you got to do. We're going to be doing the show. And I can't wait for y'all to do something special. Go be special. Go be special. Some of y'all like to tell me that I look like this person or that person. I get a lot of Bill Haney. First of all, Bill Haney don't want to see me in the ring. Okay, Devin, I don't want no parts of Devin. Bill don't want to see me. Kevin Gates, all right, cool. I don't get tired. But the one that I love is Kurt Franklin. That's the one I love because I was raised on Kurt Franklin. So I'm gonna give it to you, and then we gonna get off of it. But Book of Revelations, chapter 7, verses 16 and 17. They shall hunger no more, neither shall they thirst anymore. For God shall wipe away every tear from their eye. Get ready for the revolution. Okay? All right.